Hey folks, thank you for tuning in to watch yet another episode of the Z1R. I think 5 episodes or so ago, I was like, oh, maybe there'll be one more episode. Yeah, just keep there's all this little stuff. Maybe I'm filming too much of it, I don't know. But yeah, today's episode is mostly the paint set. Enjoy. Okay, so we're coming down the pike. Oil breather, and I'm going to run the fuel line for the carb. There's a problem with this rear set. If you go like this, it doesn't come back. So on the original pedal, it would have had this spring, and the spring would make the pedal return real nice. Now there's no spring, and it only relies on the spring that's inside the rear master. And it's not enough because it's just going to go down and leave the brake light on. So my advisor, who has used these before, says he got a spring and he stuck it in here. So I'm going to try that. So I'm going to put the oil breather and I'm going to fix that. I also have to put fluid in the brakes and bleed the brakes. And then the paint set has come back finally. And I can start putting the paint set on. Alright, well, you can see here I've put this spring. It sits on the inside of the master cylinder, a couple of washers. And now when I put the brake on, the light turns off. So, okay. So that's done, and then I got the oil breather up here. That may eventually drip oil out of there. Don't know. That's basically the setup that blue one has. So I think it's good enough. Next, I want to try to make up a fuel line. So the fuel line, there's one fuel line for every 2 carbs. So there's one here, and then I've got a T-fitting that's going to join in the other set. The guy did not give me any clamps. I think a lot of people don't use clamps, they just use press fit. But I'm putting some clamps on there. It's pretty tight for my huge little hands. Okay, that one's good. So now I gotta bring the T-fitting together. Say about there.
Clamps do not feel particularly tight.
Alright, so there's that, and now a little piece here, but I think I'll wait on that till I put the gas tank on. I'm going to run it on the remote fuel thingy first. So the cowl, sits over the taillight and the key lock for the seat. And there's this little decorative door that goes in here. Which was ungodly expensive. And it's not going to fit. That has to be drilled out. So I will go incredibly carefully do that. So unfortunately I should have done this before it got painted. But you can see this little notch here. This tab is supposed to go in that notch and allow this to sit flat, and that notch acts as a stop. So it's like spring loaded. You turn it to the side and it snaps back. But as you can see, the notch is not really in the right location and it can't sit flat. So now we're going to take a Dremel and very carefully carve that out so that it will sit flat. And if I touch anywhere on here with the Dremel, I'll fuck it up. Let's put these grommets in here. Ones. Now I need these ones. So these are like a multi-piece. You can see any of this. Let's see. So we're doing these ones. So you got a middle thingy in the center. So we put this part goes through here. And this part goes around. Okay, and then this thing goes, the collar goes in the center. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then, so here's what I did to the door. And it sits crooked because I took off a little too much material. Great. How can I fix that? I could see this working at the door. I don't know if you can see it, right? But there's the underside of the door, right? It's got a slot. Now, if it had a hole in it that I put the end of the spring in, I could see it working. But there's a slot, so how is that ever going to work? Yeah, this isn't going to work. Alright, well, I got the door working. The key was to crimp the spring, the little part at the end of the post had a slit in it. Put the spring in there, push it down with a screwdriver, and then crimp it in place, and that kind of holds it. It doesn't sit very flat. It doesn't sit perfectly square, which is irritating, of course, but I don't know what to do, and I'm not going to keep messing with it. So it's going to go on like that. So let's see, this goes on. So there's these two, I don't know if you can see over here, let's see. So there's these two posts. So these grommets fit over those posts, and then there's these two locations where screw bolts go in. So immediately, the little door bangs into the lock. And you're supposed to get these over here. And I mean, I don't see, like, I guess you could put the lock on after, can you? I think you'd have to put the lock on after. Alright, I'll take the lock out. Okay, let's try that again. Definitely need some grease on these grommets. There we go, that was better. So I'm not sure if this is just not long enough or if it's stripped. Okay, so luckily the seat lock was not stripped out. What I was fighting with is these little bolts. These are M5. So the ones that came with the seat lock, which I bought from Germany by the way, came with these screws, and you can see one shorter than the other. So this one I couldn't get it threaded. So whatever. I happen to have some M5 bolts, the correct size, on hand. All right. So the next little piece is this trim piece. So we've got two rubber washers that it sits on, and it seems to go. Aftermarket, it doesn't quite align the hole. Okay. A little loose. So this bike has a fuel gauge, and this is it, brand new. And if I raise the float halfway, does it do anything? A little more. More. Even more. And how long? All the way up. Come on, baby, go. Come on. You can make it. Oh, psyched. Okay, so here's the cowl, and there's two ears that go on like this, or like, you know, like that, and that attaches to this one on each side. Yeah, that one has one, so there's one here. So those are all ready to go. And then the bottom attaches here. And you just put two bolts right through here. So I got to mount these ears. And then I have to put the windshield on before I mount it because the bolts, you can't get at them. So, alright, let me do the ears. I didn't think I'd be able to find these anywhere. There was a couple of different pairs of them available on eBay and not too much money, surprisingly, like everything else on this fucking thing. This I got found in Australia. Somebody reproduces this. This is a piece of rubber. There's a lip. You see that I'm trying to get on here. Okay. Bolts. So what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think that's a metal washer. Okay. So how does this work? Was I supposed to put these in first? It looks like this goes into the hole like this. Yeah, okay, that's how it works. Can you see anything I'm doing? It's going to be a pain in the ass to line up. Okay, so here's the windscreen. It's really nice. Unfortunately, I think it's supposed to have little holes around the end, and it doesn't. But I'm not going to let that spoil my day. Okay, so. Well, it's going to take forever, so I'll come back when I break something or actually get it on there. Okay, I got it on there. I didn't scratch it. It's got my handprints on it, but that's okay. Um, so I'll have to give these guys some feedback. I paid a hell of a lot of money for all this reproduction Z1R crap. So this also came from Australia with the other piece. And this has these little, I don't know, nipples that you pull through. So this is like an edging that goes around like this. And you know, it's supposed to have these little holes that you pull these nipples through. Now I could try to drill them myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But if I scratch up or spider the plastic, I'm going to be absolutely furious. So I think for now I will leave this off. Okay, so I got to bleed the front brakes. That's going to drive me crazy, so I don't think I will show that. But after I bleed the front brakes, then I will put this on. Alright, the Z1R seat has a strap that is supposed to go like that. And it has a buckle. So this is where the little bolt for the buckle is in place. There's no hole there, so I'm going to poke a hole. Now I have to figure out, so how does this go? This is kind of dirty. I'm going to go polish these first. So I believe it just goes like that. And then to hold this on is like this thing. So it looks like I'll have one chance at trying to get it to the right place. Does it go like that, or does it go like that? I guess it goes like that, huh? So I'm going to poke a hole in this. To open that hole up a little bit. So I got that, and then post right there. We've got to get that into this little tiny thing. Right there. That's too big. Looks pretty good. Okay, so open this hole up a little bit here. Alright, well, it's going to take a little bit. There we go. So there's 4 bolts. One here, and 2 here on these brackets. And it's almost like this bracket is too low. And I can see that these things, I remember these were on the bike. Yeah, I can see that one looks like it's a little bent. So maybe this needs to be pulled up a little bit. Yeah, if you look at it dead on, this one looks a little bent, so I'll have to go straighten that. So you can see there's 2 mount points here and here. Now this bracket was attached. I took it off, I put it on here. I straightened out that bent bracket. Ta-da! All right. Good. All right. Gas tank. You're next. You know, I just thought of something. I took the mirrors off a while ago. How am I going to get them on there? I think what I can do is pivot this thing. That, hopefully. I suspect that's not supposed to bump. Maybe this is too close. Go. Okay. Now the gas tank. Alright, so this is the fuel sending unit. Alright. So we have this gasket, and this is the float that goes up and down. Tells the fuel gauge how much fuel is in it. Pingle fuel tap. I think originally these had a vacuum operated fuel tap where gas would only flow if the bike was running. Let's see, off, reserve, on. Alright, now hopefully this just threads right on here. Okay. Well. on, huh? Can't anything be easy? Okay, it's reverse thread going that way. It's a regular thread going this way. So I need some vent line. Not sure if I have any. What size is it? Three-eighths. Let's see. Okay, so I didn't take this apart because I didn't have a gas tank. Let's see. Does it come with everything I need? Probably not, right? There's a little door on it. So there must be a hinge, right? How does it work? Here it is. So that must go like that. So what is that? Why would they make it impossible? Alright, try this again. Nothing is easy. Let's try a screw. Right? Well, it has screw places, correct? This has glue. Nothing is easy on this fucking bike. Well, these parts are wrong, you know? They cost, I paid like $100, at least $100, for these special, awesome looking nameplates. And it looks great. But it's not the right one, obviously. All right. I painstakingly drilled both of them out, and including making a recess for the taper, since it's a tapered kind of screw. And I think I have saved it. So, let's test fit it on the bike. That's it. Okay. Here it is. Now all it needs to do is run. Look how close that tap is. Ugh. I'll have to do something with that tap. So here's the fuel inlet for the carbs. Where's the... Yeah, it's gonna have to like go uphill or something. Well, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it, but for now, it's basically what it's gonna look like. Hey folks, thank you for watching another episode of the Z1R. One day, I hope to hear it start up. I think I filmed the paint set a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. No, a month and a half ago. And I think I've got the equivalent of writer's block for a motorcycle mechanic. I want to work on something other than the Z1R. So that's why I started the Z50 project. And if I pan around the room here, there's 2 other motorcycle projects that are in progress. Yeah, why not just show you? One of them you've seen before. So this is that XL600. I don't know if anybody had watched that series. So last fall, about a year ago, I came back from the Netherlands. I had helped Master Milo get a XL500 running for 3 hours, and then it died again. But I was all inspired to get a big single Honda, so I got an XL600, not this one. I got a basket case from some kid. I fixed it up. There's 3 or 4 episodes on that. And I didn't think I was going to get that one to start, and I really wanted to get one, do some wheelies on it. So I got this one, which had a broken transmission. And so now I'm fixing the transmission on that. I have all these other projects. I got to finish the Z1R, which is under there, and some other mini bikes going on here. But this will be a pretty interesting one. So I go into the engine, split the cases on the engine, and try to fix the transmission. Anyway, sorry to babble, but yeah, I'm gonna start doing some different projects other than the Z1R. I will take the Z1R to completion. You can bet your ass on that, the amount of money I spent on it. I have to start it. I still have not started it. Pretty much because I just don't want to work on it at the moment. I just want to work on this other crap. But I will start it and fix it because I have a lot of money. Anyway, thank you for tuning in and have a great day. Bye.